early, and it is 8 o'clock at night, which is usually the time that I like to come up here into my room and unwind. So I was telling you earlier today in my video that I have kind of like, I've never done a nightly routine of taking all this stuff off my face. I call it gunk now. It's not makeup anymore, it's gunk. So I thought I'd show you the things I use and then use them, and so you can see exactly what I do. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my elf wipes. These are like $2, $3 on eyeslipsface.com. And they last for quite a while. There's 20 pre-moistened cloths in here, so it would last you 20 days. After I do that, I take my favorite CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. It's for normal to dry skin, but it's got ceramides and hyaluronic acid, which is really good for us girls that are maturing and have not so young skin anymore. And then after that, I go ahead and I pat my face off, and then I take my Murad Complete Reform with Glycofirming Complex, which I've also done a review on this. This is from the Age Reform line. Now after you do that, you have to do the Murad Perfecting Serum. You cannot just do a what is it called? A nighttime cream over that this collagen, because I did that when I first got it and I broke out in horrible dry cracked spots all on my neck. So I looked it up, and sure enough, I did not buy this as a kit, so I did not know that you are supposed to follow that up with the Age Reform Perfecting Serum. So I take a pump of this, I put that all over my face where I've put that collagen, and then I go ahead and I do my my Age Balancing Night Cream in Resurgence. This little trial size has lasted me 2.5 months. Maybe, no, not 2.5 months, 1.5 months. And I'm just about there. I'm almost out. So it's getting close. After that, I do my Murad eye cream that I do during the day, and I'll show you that. And then I take once that all dries, I take my Redness Remedy. I told you I use this. This is not only going to provide you coverage for your red broken capillaries or your redness in your face. This is also going to help take it away, diminish those capillaries. So the reason I'm not wearing it under my makeup, what I said earlier today, was because it was showing kind of a real bright yellow in my skin under my foundation, and I didn't like that at all when I saw it in the camera. So I thought, I'm just going to use this at night so it can do what it needs to do. And then I follow all that up with my Pure Transformation Night Treatment. And I know this stuff is $60, but let me tell you, it's worth its weight in gold. If you go and you look at all the reviews on any site, a lot of the people, especially the mature people, say that this is like weight in gold. And I always read reviews before I buy something, and especially when it's that expensive. And I figured I'd give it a try, and it has made a huge difference in my skin as well. Then I go ahead and I take my Murad Age Reform Rapid Collagen Infusion for lips. If you have dry lips, this is your answer. This stuff is great, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. You can get this at Ulta. So I am going to get my area all ready, and then you can watch me cleanse away. Okay, so here, of course, is my sink. I've got my towel here, and I've got all my supplies right here by the sink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start taking the e.l.f. and I'm just going to pull these little sheets like this right out of, in fact, I'm almost out. I may have to order some more. They're so ridiculously cheap. and they work very well. So I'm gonna go ahead, hand up, and I'm just gonna wipe my face and get all this grime off. Some people just wipe with these wipes and leave, but I don't feel like my face is clean enough to leave. I mean, look at that. That's just some of it. That's just gross. I could not sleep on my pillow at night knowing I have makeup on. But it feels so nice and cooling and refreshing just to have that. I mean, just to have some of that come off my face. My face feels like it can halfway breathe. Okay, so that is that. And that is yuck, you know. It definitely does what it says it's going to do. Okay, so I'm gonna pan you down, and I'm just going to make sure you can see me. I do. And I'm going to go ahead and rinse my face. Oh, that feels so good, especially when it's so hot out. I take a pump of my CeraVe, and this is all I do. I find that if I use my Clarisonic Mia, it dries my face out really bad. My face isn't as smooth as it usually is, so I don't use that anymore. I just make sure, and this is really a non-foaming soap, more like a cream. So I rinse that really good. Oh, and that feels so good. Oh. Oh. It just feels so good to have a nice clean face. Oh. Especially when you've just had a day of, you know, hotness and you've been running around. I'm just gonna put you up a little bit here. It just feels really, really good. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, of course, is take my collagen, my complete reform with glycofirming complex. I keep calling it collagen, it's not. So I just take 1 scoop of that, 1 scoop, one pump of that. It looks like this. And I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna really lightly put it all over my face. I don't put it near my eyes. Just down my neck. Make sure I get everywhere I know that I have any type of wrinkle problems. And then I take my Age Reform Perfecting Serum and I just take 1 pump of that. So that's, I don't know if you can see it, it's clear. And it's really thick. So you do feel a little like greasy face at first. And I just put it wherever I put that glycofirming complex. Gee, I said it right this time. Just really make sure you get that all in your skin. Okay. And then I go ahead and I take my Age Balancing Night Cream from Resurgence. And I take, I say, a little size like that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and rub that all over where I just put everything else. And this cream does have a little bit of a smell to it. I can't place the smell though. It goes away as you put it in your skin. So I just really make sure that sinks into my skin really well. And I usually do it down on my chest too. I've got a hair or something in my mouth. Okay. So what I do is I just kind of let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and do my renewing eye cream. I use this stuff all the time. As you can tell, it's up to here. I use this twice a day, and it has made a huge difference in my eye wrinkles. This is stuff I just talk about all the time. So I just take it like this, make sure I get it right up to as far to my eye as I can. And I just put it all over my forehead wrinkles, my squint lines, just all over this area of my eye where I have a lot of wrinkles up in this area. And I just really work it in twice a day. I use this twice a day. Okay. So what I do now, my skin's just a little tacky. It doesn't take too long because usually, as you know, on my desk where I do my makeup, I usually have a fan that's hitting me while I'm doing this. So it really dries it really quickly. Just gonna try to dry it real quick. So, you know, I just keep adding and adding and adding, or what I'll do is I'll get this far and I'll go read a little bit or do something else, and then I'll come back and I'll finish it up. Because you need it somewhat dry for the powder. Of course, you're going to have, you know, you're going to put the powder on, it's going to stay right there and you're not going to be able to blend it right. And so, I'm just acting like my fan. It feels so good to have clean skin. So I'm going to go ahead and take my redness remedy. Hopefully my face is dry and I don't look like a yellow face. I'm going to swirl this in. I'm going to tap it out, and I'm just going to put it on those areas where I have a lot of red in my skin, like my broken capillaries. I was always hoping I would never get those. My mother has them really, really bad. But she doesn't do anything to try to help them go away, or maybe the product she's used just hasn't worked for her. I'm hoping this stuff will work for me because, wow, if I could just have those go away. You know, and the redness, I would just be so in love with my skin, just bare as it is. Okay, so I have all that put on. I only use just a little bit, and I lock that closed. Then I'm going to take my Pure Transformation Night Treatment. Now this stuff is almost like, if you've never seen it, it's almost like a foundation. I mean, your skin looks so smooth when you're done with it. So you just have the little brush that comes with the top, and you just kind of shake it a little bit. I'll show you. Just shake, shake. You get that, and then you're just gonna go ahead and you're just gonna, and it does, one lady on a review said it smells like maple syrup, and she's right, it does. She wasn't kidding about that. It has a pleasant smell. And I just go through it, and I just really put it all over my skin really good. And as you can see, you know, it covers. It's kind of a weird kind of thing. I mean, it is almost like a foundation, but, you know, it isn't. It's actually a night treatment for your skin. And I just try to get it all over, and you can go over this as much as you want. I only put it on once, just because I think that it's fine that way, and because, you know, it is kind of expensive, so I want to try to save as much as I can. Okay, so that's that. And so I have all my skin stuff on. And then I just go ahead and I take my Murad for my lips. This is the Rapid Collagen. And by the morning time, my lips will be nice and soft. They will not be cracked. Uh-oh, what's going on? Are you plugged? No. It goes on kind of like, it looks maybe a little like a lip gloss, but it sinks into your lips. So in a few minutes, it'll feel like I don't have anything on my lips at all, but it'll still be on there. So I really, really like this stuff, and I will buy it again when I run out, because this stuff works really well for me, and I have a really bad problem with dry lips. And of course I've tried, you know, a lot of them out there. I've tried Fresh, I've tried the Fresh Scrub and the Fresh Brown Sugar, you know, with the lip treatment, and it just didn't do anything. In fact, the lip scrub seemed to make my lips even drier, if you can believe that. So that is my nighttime face ritual. It's really doesn't take that long, but in the morning, then all this will come off, and I use a totally different thing in the morning. So I will do a morning routine too, so you can see that. I did want to say one thing though. If any of you suffer with cystic acne, I bought my daughter Haley, because she has cystic acne, but she doesn't just have it on her face. She gets it in the back of her neck because she sweats. And I try to keep her hair cut short, but sometimes she still sweats, and she gets really big cystic acne lumps back there. And so I got her, I've never used Dermalogica before. I've used a lot of things, but I've never used Dermalogica. And a lady that does facials in Ulta said, try the Dermalogica wash. And so I said, well, do I need anything else with that? And she said, well, get it's Benefit. It's like Boom Boom something. I'll put it in the down bar. But I've been using that. Let's see, I bought it I think Thursday or Friday, and she had 2 cystic acnes, one on top of the other under her eye, and it was so swollen. Sometimes it gets so swollen her eyes swell shut. That's how big they are, but they're so deep. And the doctor's given me Retin-A for it, but her skin is so sensitive that it just is, I don't want to put it on her skin anymore. It's just awful. And so I've been using the Dermalogica religiously twice a day on her, and also putting this Benefit. It's like a topical. Now they told me, you know, of course they're not doctors, and they can't tell me that the Benefit will help with the cystic acne. But let me tell you something. Yesterday, one of the cystic acnes came to a head, and the stuff that came out of that, now there's still another one down there that is starting to get a little hole on it, right here, that I'm hoping is going to you know, explode pretty soon, so she can get a little relief there. But there's one she's had here for actually a couple months, and it has I call them little portholes. She has 2 little portholes, but every time I try to open one of those, it bleeds. So I know that that is not the opening to the cystic acne laying underneath. But as I'm using this Dermalogica and this Benefit, actually it's really making a difference in her skin. Yes, it's making all the impurities come out of her skin. Yes, she has a lot of facial acne right now, but if we can get through that and get that all taken care of, then hopefully I'm hoping that the cystic acne will relieve itself, and I'll be able to keep it at bay, because she doesn't complain, but I know it hurts a lot, and she does not like me messing with it, but I can't stand to see it there white and know what's underneath it. So I just wanted to kind of pass that along to you. I will put that name of the Benefit down in the down bar, but they highly recommended it, and I really do like it. So that is my my night special, and I will put this up tomorrow, and then I will do a morning facial for you so you can see exactly what I do in the morning. I think you guys kind of know what I do, because sometimes before I put my foundation on, I'll show you that I use all my Murad and then my primer and stuff. But the only thing I really do different is my cleanser, which I do use Resurgence cleanser in the morning on my face. I do not use the CeraVe. The CeraVe is only at night, and I do have to say that this stuff really does well breaking up your makeup. Anything that wipe leaves on your face, because you know that it does, this takes it all off. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like if you did. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.